You know, water, it's the lifeblood of our world, right? But for any property owner, it can also be a silent destroyer. It doesn't exactly send an announcement before it shows up. And the worst damage often happens where you can't even see it. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden threats water poses to our homes and buildings.
It seems a little weird, doesn't it? When you picture paradise, you're probably not picturing a waterlogged mess. But the truth is, some of the most beautiful places on Earth are also some of the most vulnerable. We're going to zoom in on one place in particular, Miami Beach, to really understand how a perfect storm of factors can create a constant, year-round battle against water. So, what is it that makes a place like Miami such a high-risk zone? Well, it's not just one thing. It's this powerful, kind of crazy combination of geology, climate, and, you guessed it, aging infrastructure.
I mean, just look at this list. It is literally the perfect storm. You've got porous limestone bedrock that acts like a giant sponge, sucking water up from the ground. You've got king tides and rising sea levels, pushing water in from the coast. You have aging pipes that could fail at any moment, and of course, hurricanes dumping just massive amounts of rain from above. And even on a beautiful sunny day, the humidity is so high that your AC is constantly producing condensation. It is a relentless 360-degree assault of moisture. And then there's the sheer volume of water just falling from the sky. 62 inches. That's the average annual rainfall here. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that's over 5 feet of water falling on every single square inch of property every single year. And a lot of times, it comes down in these sudden, totally overwhelming downpours. So what happens when all that water finally gets inside? Well, this is where the countdown begins. The moment water breaches your property, a clock starts ticking. You are officially in a race against time. And those first 48 hours are absolutely 100% critical. And check out how quickly this escalates. We're talking minutes, and porous stuff like drywall and carpet are already completely saturated. Fast forward 24 hours, and now you're not just dealing with water, you're dealing with the beginning of mold colonization, which is a serious health hazard. And by the 48-hour mark, you could be looking at actual structural damage. The water isn't just sitting there, it's actively deconstructing your property from the inside out. This quote just says it all. Hesitation is your absolute worst enemy here. What starts out as a problem you could totally manage can spiral into a catastrophic loss that needs massive reconstruction and poses real health risks, all because you waited. Okay, but this is a solvable problem. So let's pivot and talk about the solution. When professionals get involved, it's not about just bringing in a few fans and calling it a day. It is a methodical, scientific process that's designed to stop the damage in its tracks and actually restore your property. The whole process really unfolds in 3 clear phases. The first priority is always emergency removal, getting that visible standing water out and getting it out fast. The second, and you could argue the most critical phase, is the structural drying. This is where they hunt down and get rid of all that hidden moisture that's trapped inside your walls and under the floors. Only then, once the property is verifiably dry, does that final reconstruction phase even begin. And here's how they find that hidden moisture. It's not guesswork, it's a whole science called psychrometrics. Now, think of it this way. They basically turn the air in your home into a powerful moisture-sucking sponge. By manipulating the temperature and humidity, they can literally pull the water out of materials like wood and drywall. They measure everything until it hits a proven dry standard, which leaves zero fuel for mold to grow. But there's another crucial factor to consider. Not all water is the same. The source of the flood completely determines the level of contamination, and that dictates the entire safety and cleanup plan. Understanding the difference is absolutely vital. You see, the industry doesn't just guess about this stuff. It follows something called the IICRC S500 standard. This is the official rulebook that professionals use to classify water contamination and then apply all the right safety and cleanup protocols. And here's how that rulebook breaks it down. You have Category 1, which is clean water from something like a broken supply line. Then you have Category 2, or gray water. Think a dishwasher overflow. It's contaminated but not highly toxic. But the one to really fear is Category 3, black water. This stuff is grossly contaminated. And here's the key takeaway. Any water that comes from outside, like from a storm or a flood, is automatically considered Category 3. It's a serious health risk, period. So, knowing all this, what should you do if this happens? Let's walk through the emergency playbook. These are the 4 critical steps you have to take the moment you find water in your property. Okay, this is your playbook. Step 1 is all about safety.
Stop the water source if you can and immediately kill the power to the affected areas. Step 2 is damage control. Move your furniture and valuables to a dry spot. And step 3, the most important action you can possibly take, is to call a professional restoration company. Don't wait. Every single minute counts.
And we'll end with this really critical question. Because once the standing water is gone, the real danger is what's left behind, the moisture you can't see and the contaminants you can't smell. So the ultimate goal isn't just to make your property look dry, it's to make sure it's verifiably, scientifically safe.